Good afternoon, dear students. You are most welcome in your favorite YouTube channel, Learning with Rajesh. In ninth class Geography, we have started lesson number 3, and today this is the second video of lesson 3. Today, we are going to read about the Himalayan rivers, and the rivers of Himalayas are Indus, Brahmaputra, and Ganga. We learnt about the Ganga river system. Today we are going to read about the Indus river system and the Brahmaputra river system. First of all, we are going to read about the Indus river system. You know that the river Indus emerges in Tibet near Mansarovar Lake. This is the one MCQ type or objective type questions where the Indus river emerges. So you can answer that near in Tibet near Mansarovar Lake. It enters in Ladakh in India. In Ladakh UT it enters. And the next point, its tributaries are the Nubra, the Jaskar, the Hunja. There is another typical question for competitive exam also. So, which are the major tributaries of Indus River? So, you can answer that Nubra, the Jaskar, the Hunja are the main tributaries of the Indus River. The Chambal, the Chenab, the Ravi, the Jhelum, the Satluj and the Bias join it near Mithankot in Pakistan. So here is another important question for you, objective type question for you for HBSC, CBSC and competitive exam where the all five rivers meet Indus. So you can answer in Mithankot in Pakistan. So next point, then it merges in Arabian Sea. So it merges in Arabian Sea. So you can answer the another objective type question. Now I think you got the first point about the Indus river system. And the next point is the Brahmaputra river system. You know that it also merges in Tibet near Mansarovar Lake. There are three major rivers of India which emerges near the Mansarovar Lake. First one is Indus, second one is Brahmaputra and third one is Satluj. You can learn for competitive exam also. So next is its most of course lies outside India. You know that it's a long river but its most course lies outside India. It enters India in Arunachal Pradesh. Here is another objective type question, in which state Brahmaputra enters India. So you can answer that in Arunachal Pradesh. And its tributaries are Lohit, Debang, Kenula. And when it enters in Arunachal Pradesh, it is known as Dihang. It is known as Dihang. And its tributaries are, Lohit, Debang and Kenula. So here is a question for you. Jaskar, Nubra and Hunja are the main tributaries of which river? I think you have answered, and your answer is the Indus river. And the next point about Brahmaputra river system is it is called Sangpo in Tibet. Brahmaputra is called Sangpo in Tibet and Jamuna in Bangladesh. You learnt about the Sundarban Delta in the first part, and I told you that Ganga and Brahmaputra made the world's largest delta, and where I told you that Bangladesh is named as Jamuna, or means the Brahmaputra is known as Jamuna in Bangladesh. The next point, why it carries small volume on water in Tibet? Why? So give reason in support of your answer. Tibet is a cold and dry area. So because of cold and dry area, there is not too much water and too much silt for the Brahmaputra river. So in India, it carries huge volume of water and silt because of high rainfall. And then we are going to read about the Peninsular River. You learned in the previous video that Indian river system can be divided into two parts, the Himalayan rivers and the Peninsular River. In Peninsular rivers, the rivers can be divided into two parts. First is eastern flowing rivers and the next western flowing rivers. Today we will complete the western flowing rivers, and in the next video we shall complete about the eastern flowing rivers. So two major river system or river basin included in western flowing rivers in the peninsula. First is the Narmada Basin. The Narmada Basin is major river basin of the western flowing river. The Narmada emerges from the Amarkantak hills in Madhya Pradesh. This is very important question for GK point of view. And the next point is, it forms Dhuadhar Falls near Jabalpur. So there will be question in the exam, which of the following river forms Dhuadhar Falls near Jabalpur, and you can answer that Narmada river forms it. And the next major point about the Narmada Basin is, it flows through deep gorge and its main basin spread in MP and Gujarat. Narmada Basin is spread over MP and Gujarat. So I think you got all 4 points related to Narmada Basin. So my question for you is, Dihang, Dibang, Lohit, Kanula are the main tributaries of which river? And I think you have answer of Brahmaputra river. And next question for you, Narmada river emerges from which hills? You can answer that from Amarkantak hills in MP. And the next point of today is the Tapi Basin. The Tapi emerges from Satpura ranges. Satpura ranges, when you learnt about the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau, you learnt about the Satpura ranges. It also flows through a Rift Valley. You can imagine that, or you can learn that Narmada also flows through Rift Valley and Tapi also flows through Rift Valley. And the next point, its basin is in MP, Maharashtra and Gujarat. So it is also important question for competitive exam. And the next major point, another west flowing rivers are Periyar, Mahi, Sabarmati and Bharatpuja. These are also some rivers which flows through or flow in the west direction in the peninsula. I think you got this last point also. So after or means before closing the video, I'm going to revise today's work. We learned about the Indus river system and the Brahmaputra river system today, and after that we learned that the peninsular rivers can be divided into two parts, the eastern flowing rivers and the western flowing rivers. In western flowing rivers we learned about the Narmada Basin and the Tapi Basin, and after in the last point we'll also learn that there are some another west flowing rivers in the peninsula, Periyar, Mahi, Sabarmati and Bharatpuja. I think you got all the points of today and you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and share it also to your friend and to your relative, so they can also learn the basic points of the lesson number 3, drainage. If you are new on my YouTube channel, please subscribe the channel, like and share also. Thank you and have a nice day.